Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It is now open the LL.M graduation ceremony of the 2021 academic year. The Dean of Católica Global School of Law, Professor Gonçalo Saraiva Matias, will give us a few words.
Thank you very much. First of all, welcome all, Madam Rector of the Universidade Católica Portuguesa, Professor Isabel Capelua Gil, Dean of the Lisbon School of Law, Professor Jorge Pereira da Silva, Professor Joseph Weiler, dear program coordinators, dear professors, dear staff, dear students. Well, first of all, let me extend a special word of appreciation to our dear rector, Professor Isabel Capelua Gil, who accepted to be here with us today, even if it's her birthday. We have a little something from the LL.M group for you, but please join me in a round of applause in appreciation.
Oh my goodness. Oh, thank you.
Well, this was a challenging year. What a year it was. We started this journey in the middle of the pandemic crisis, determined to face all the challenges ahead of us, launching a brand new program and with the largest cohort in our history. It was hard. We faced some positive cases in the first weeks, but never lost optimism and sense of humor. I was even convinced that this group would be a case study for being the first to acquire herd immunity in the world. We went through these hard times together. A lot of flexibility was required with rescheduling classes. Professors had to teach from the distance. But our fantastic staff, especially Tanya and Susanna, showed a remarkable strength, resilience, and adaptability. We knew they were special, but realized they are really extraordinary. Please let me ask you for them another round of applause. At Católica Global School of Law, we know and embrace challenges. When we launched the school almost 12 years ago, it was also very challenging. We faced internal skepticism and international irrelevance. In the past 12 years, we were able to project the school to new levels of excellence and international recognition. We received students from more than 45 different nationalities. We were always able to maintain the quality of the cohorts, its diversity, and a remarkable group of international scholars. The school was founded on a dream to have in Portugal an international school of law that would be a reference in Europe in innovation and internationalization of legal teaching and research. I want to believe that we are still pursuing this dream and that we dare to live it even faster than we ever imagined possible. In the past 3 years, there were important achievements and developments. We were able to completely renovate the image and the website. We celebrated the 10th anniversary by gathering together current students and alumni. I co-presided the prestigious Law Schools Global League, representing renowned schools from all over the world, having incorporated it as a non-profit in Portugal and with permanent headquarters here at Católica, where it will remain. We enlarged the number of international partnerships with very renowned schools around the world. We engaged in a deep and fruitful brainstorm with our partners and sponsors to plan the future. We launched a new LL.M in Law in the Digital Economy. The first cohort is actually graduating today, so it's very happy for us to be celebrating the first graduation of this new LL.M in a groundbreaking area. All of us, of course, faced this terrible pandemic with challenging effects, especially to an international school like us. Despite that, we had the highest number ever of enrolled students, and we were able to launch the VDA chair in digital governance, a great achievement to our school. I believe Professor Miguel Poiares Maduro is here with us. At least he said he would join briefly, so I would like to say hello to him as well. I must say that I feel today an immense sense of pride in this school, looking at the students, the professors, thinking about the future. The sense is of accomplishment, especially having in mind all the work done in the past 12 years and where we are now, where we were in the past 12 years and where we are now. The sense is also of gratitude to all that trusted us and joined us in this journey. First and foremost, to our dear students, the school is yours and for you. It will be whatever you want it to be. You are its first ambassadors, so we count on you to disseminate the word and to make it even bigger. And of course, count on you to always come back and feel at home. I would like to thank our partners, Abreu Advogados, Quatro Casas, Moraes Leitão, Galvão Tel, Soares da Silva e Associados, LMJ, VDA. I know that Jorge will address them later, but I would like also to personally thank them. I thank the outstanding group of professors from all over the world that year after year come back to our school and also feeling part of it. So many of them have confessed me that Católica is the only international appointment they keep, even when refusing others becomes difficult. We have a truly resident faculty, even if some of them do not reside in Lisbon. I'd like to thank the staff, Tânia, Susana, Filipa, Lucy, Andrea, for their energy and relentless dedication. My Vice Dean, Armando Rocha, for always being here, making sure the school works in the most difficult of times and sharing his enthusiasm and dynamism. I'd like to thank my colleague, Dean of the Lisbon School of Law, Jorge Pereira da Silva, for the support throughout this journey. A special word again for our dear rector, Professor Isabel Capelua Gil, for keeping pushing us and believing in our dream, even when we started doubting. It has been an immense privilege to be part of this incredible project since its inception, to watch it grow and see where it is today. It will be a pleasure to continue witnessing that growth in the future to even highest levels. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Professor Gonçalo Saraiva Matias. It is now our pleasure to give the floor to the three students elected by their peers to represent each of our LLM programs and share with all of us their experience at Católica Global School of Law. João Calva, on behalf of the Advanced LLM in International Business Law, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much, Tanya. Good afternoon to everyone present. But at least I will definitely help my colleagues that will follow my speech in lowering expectations. First and foremost, I would like to thank them. I would like to thank my colleagues for giving me the surprising opportunity to say a few words on what I believe is a very special day for most of them. Special because they have completed a very demanding program, and they have done so with distinction. And special because, and cue the cliches, it was not an easy year for anyone. In fact, I think that along with graduation diplomas, we should be getting certificates for advanced Zoom users, for example. The pandemic hit us, and it hit us hard, whether it was reality checks when we were thinking about what a great academic year we would all have in sunny Lisbon. That class we were all hoping to have in person, and it turned out to be through Zoom. The realization that coffee breaks would not be happening at all, and that masked colleagues and free hand sanitizer would exist instead of drinks after class. However, and this is a more personal view, despite limitations, the LLM in international business law represented freedom from confinement. It allowed us to learn new things and make sense of the ever-changing business world, particularly in this last year and a half. And we did so alongside some of the brightest minds I have had the privilege to learn from. It was no easy task teaching international business law when businesses were turned upside down and their iterations with law were facing pressing challenges. And doing so online through hours and hours of screen time. And so our very sincere thank you to the outstanding faculty of the LLM program. Surely a highlight in everyone's year was the opportunity to meet such distinguished professors. I personally like it so much that I'll be back next year because I'm doing the 2-year program. Due appreciation is also due to all my colleagues from all LLM programs. There was an amazing sense of community, and although I wasn't involved as much as I would have liked, there was not a single time where I asked for help and was left without an answer. Even if sometimes the answer was, I don't know either, but at least know that you are not alone in not knowing. And I'm certain that LLM friends for life have been made, and that is a testament to what this amazing group of people can achieve, even with distance and sanitary measures working against them. And last but definitely not least, an enormous thank you to Tanya and Susanna. They were tireless in all their efforts, with unsurmountable levels of sympathy and always a kind word to share. In the words of Kevin Durant, you are the real MVPs of the LLM. Thank you all. A special thank you to the rector of Católica University, Professor Isabel Capello-Gil, the dean of the Lisbon School of Law, Professor Jorge Pereira da Silva, the dean of Católica Global School of Law, Professor Gonçalo Saraiva Matias, and the vice dean, Armando Rocha. I truly wish you all the best in the future, to all the professors, all my colleagues, and not to sound like Woody in Toy Story, but should you ever need anything, you will always have a friend in me. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, dear João. Ana Rita Santos, on behalf of the LLM Law in a Digital Economy, the floor is now yours.
Hello, everyone. First of all, I would start to give my greetings to some people here. The rector of Universidade Católica Portuguesa, Dr. Isabel Capello-Gil, the dean of the Lisbon School of Law, Professor Jorge Pereira da Silva, the dean of Católica Global School of Law, Professor Gonçalo Saraiva Matias, the associate dean of Católica Global School of Law, Professor Armando Rocha, the professors, the staff, the program coordinators, dear staff, and dear colleagues. It is with an enormous pleasure that I stand before you all and speak on the behalf of the LLM Law in a Digital Economy class of 2020-2021. Being part of such a brilliant cohort of students is a real privilege and an honor I will forever cherish. We are a class of trailblazers. As Professor Gonçalo said, we are the first ever class of Law in a Digital Economy in the history of Católica Global School of Law. Hopeful, many and many more classes and students will follow our leads and will dare to look at the law with the eyes of the future. This is for sure a unique program, perhaps even in the whole world. To begin our path, we had the opportunity to go out of our own bubbles and to spend a week in one of the most internationally renowned engineering schools in the world, Técnico, for a bootcamp that I have to say was one of the most memorable experiences for the whole class. And yes, I did a survey. Working as a group while developing a business idea, learning about technology from the greatest minds in the field, having coffee breaks in a sunny Lisbon, it was for sure the perfect kickstart of the year and one very defining experience for the whole LDE class. What followed was also memorable. We had the opportunity and the insane privilege to learn from some of the best law professors in the world. And this is perhaps what distinguishes Católica and these programs from every other program. The access we have to professors that come from every corner of the world, that are leaders in their respective fields, who are also brilliant communicators and take a genuine interest in the lives of students and bring us unique perspectives of the law. especially on the LDE, and this is also something that I'm quite proud to state, the diversity of the curriculum allowed us to expand our fields of interest, to try new things, and to overall be amazed. I don't know any other program in the world where you could take one class of European integration, followed by a class of artificial intelligence, and then investment arbitration. It's a fact that the LDE classes were many times the most popular ones and that attracted students from every other LLM program. And I believe it says a lot about how well designed this new program is. We all live Católica today with a much bigger understanding of law and the world. We're prepared to face a world that's undergoing a very fast-paced change, and we understand the trends that underlie it, the challenges of the future. We have learned how to think strategically and critically, and I believe it's safe to say that we are indeed the lawyers of the future. I would also like to take this opportunity to thank two people who always gave 110% to the students. Our dearest Steny and Susanna were always one email away, ready to answer our many doubts and wonderings, to solve our many problems, and to assure us all. We are very, very thankful for you and everything you have done throughout the year. My final words and the core of this speech are to my colleagues and also to our friends and families and everyone who has shaped us into the people we are today. The very best thing about Católica and doing an LLM in Católica, especially in the middle of a year with so many challenges and so many difficulties as we have all lived, are the people. I believe I speak for everyone when I say how much of an incredible experience it has been to study alongside you all. I don't think it's often when we've come across a group of such brilliant, caring, and interesting people. We have many different backgrounds, we come from different countries, and we have different life experiences, different interests, and at the end of the day, we all bring something different to the table. I've personally learned a great deal from all of you, both inside and outside the classroom, and having the support system throughout the whole year, knowing that I could count on any single one of you to send dozens and dozens of messages through the group chat to clear my doubts, to answer my problems. It's proof that these difficult circumstances made us shine through and come through and show our true colors. We have persevered through all these struggles, through a lockdown, exams, several essay deadlines, and we made it. We are officially LLM graduates. And I think this is something worth celebrating, especially in the end of a year like this one, where we have shined through very unique circumstances and we have faced problems that probably no other class has faced before and probably and hopefully no other class will face afterwards. I truly hope we will meet again, my dear colleagues. It has been an honor. I know each and every single one of us has a brilliant life in front, and I cannot wait to cheer on your successes. Class of 2021, we did it.
Thank you very much, dearest Ana Rita. And last but not the least, Zoe Mankoff, on behalf of the LLM Law in European and Global Context, the floor is now yours.
Okay, thank you. Can you hear me actually? Because I'm actually traveling, I'm not at home. And the amazing hotels we have in Portugal usually have very big walls. So the internet is kind of an interesting thing here. But in case you can't hear me anymore, just stop me and we will find a solution.
We can hear you.
Perfect. So the rector of the Universidade Católica Portuguesa, Professor Isabel Capella Gil, happy birthday and welcome. Dear Dean of the Lisbon School of Law, Professor Jorge Carreira da Silva. Dear Dean of the Católica Global School of Law, Professor Gonçalo Saraiva Matias. Dear Vice Dean of the Católica Global School of Law, Professor Armando Rocha. Dear professors, and most importantly, my dear colleagues. I'm very honored to speak for the LLM track Law in a European and Global Context today. As this is a very important task, I decided to use the skills and methods I learned this year. So I drew a decision tree, and the result was that I should conduct some research among my colleagues. And I now want to present the results. Before I start, I'm still a law, not a math student or graduate, so if the numbers don't add up, just don't tell me. When asked about what my colleagues are taking from this year, 80% talked about the amazing professors that we had. We had so many interesting subjects that changed our view on law. I especially want to mention classes that were not strictly about law, like negotiation or strategic decision-making that I already quoted, but there were a lot more, and I don't want to exclude anyone. And really, all of the professors were amazing, and they really cared about teaching. And they were very excited about their topics, which for me made a huge difference. And I took way more credits than I would have had to, and I know I'm not the only one. Getting back to my survey, I also want to point out that 50% explicitly mentioned the possibility of being able to choose from a wide range of classes from all the 3 tracks. As I already said, several of us had in fact enough credits from the other tracks to actually fulfill the graduation requirements there as well. Some of us even from all 3 tracks. And last but not least, 20% claimed that they needed coffee first to give me a good response. So speaking about the lacking coffee breaks, COVID unfortunately took the opportunity from us to engage with a lot of professors in person or to really have any events outside of classroom and to not even have a graduation for real and just an online graduation. However, we still managed to become a very, very close group. So when I asked my friends what made this year special for them, everyone mentioned the colleagues. I also want to point out that this comment is not exclusively for my LL.M track, but for all LL.M students of this year, because we don't really remember who is in which track. That is what I realized when I was asking the track, my track, and I forgot some people and I added some people that were not even in our track. Because we took so many classes together and because we just all were one huge group of friends rather than the LEGC track and the LDE track. But to get back to the survey, 80% of those people said that their colleagues had helped them through the year and that they kept them sane during the lockdowns and the other struggles we faced. The other 20% said that they were very, very sad they couldn't get to know the others further. Mainly they weren't in Lisbon or not even in Portugal. But even those people agreed that there was a very special atmosphere, which is also something a lot of professors said, and also my dear Tanya told us, and that it was very special that everyone was supporting each other rather than competing. And I especially remember us all having the concern of only being around highly competitive people or like business lawyers in the beginning of the year, and I'm very, very grateful that it turned out not to be the case. I'm also very happy that our group is not divided into nationalities of foreigners and Portuguese, as I've seen it in other universities where I studied. In fact, some of my closest friends from this year are Portuguese, e, na verdade, alguns de nós aprenderam português, ou pelo menos tentamos. And last but not least, an astonishing 100% said that Tanya and Susanna are, as we would call them, the real MVPs. Also something Joao already said. Thank you so much for always reminding us about change schedules, helping the professors with Zoom, and everything else that occurred during the year. In short, for always being available, even on weekdays and late at night, and for holding everything together. I'm not sure this program would exist without you guys. To conclude, I think this year made us an amazingly resilient and strong group. I am very positive that all the changes that lay ahead, right-wing populism, climate change, the still ongoing crisis, that we will be able to tackle them and that we will be brilliant in doing it. Also, my door is always open and I really hope we will see each other in the future a lot more times. Thank you and have a great evening.
Thank you very much, Zoe. We will now call students and our spotlight will be on each of you. Please be so kind to open the round box included in your graduation pack and show us your certificate of attendance. Ana Raquel de Alencar. Ana Rita Santos. Antônia Inverardi. Antônia Marcoviti. Constança Rodrigues.
Conseguimos os alunos. Conseguimos os alunos.
Filipa Cepeda. Francesca Licata. Gonçalo Gama. Henrique Martins. Joana Jaua. João Calva. João Carvalho. Carolina Dobrowolska. Laura Fontenot. Lucas Batistello Spindola. Lúcia Frazão. Luísa Moreira. Margarida Vasconcelos. Maria Santos Silva. Maria Carrilho. I'm so sorry. Maria Carrilho. I'm sorry, Maria. Maria deserves twice an applause, as during the LL.M, Maria was a mother for the second time. So I'm really sorry, Maria, for changing the order. And now, Maria Santos Silva. Mariana Fernandes. Marion Chotard. Marta Fidalgo. Miguel Máximo dos Santos. Miguel Couto. Milena Kundert. Paul Nipper. Pedro Sousa Gonçalves. Rita Fraga Dornelas. Salomé Osório. Tatiana Simões. Lucas Van Hatten. Oh. We will now pause recording, as previously agreed, with the next students to be called, recording the ceremony. Glória Teixeira. Leonie Fern. Marielle Revaz. Pedro Capitão Barbosa. Rita Mendes Duarte. Rui Ferreira de Almeida and Tomás Cardoso e Cunha were also part of this year's LL.M class, but personal constraints prevent them from sharing this moment with us. Our very deepest congratulations and a huge applause to you all, dear students. Now the Dean of Católica Lisbon School of Law, Professor Jorge Pereira da Silva, will give us a few words.
Thank you, Tânia. Dear Professor Isabel Capelo Gil, Rector of Universidade Católica Portuguesa, congratulations, first of all. Dear Gonçalo Matias, Dean of Católica Global School of Law, dear directors of the LL.M programs, Jan Daluizen, Josef Weiler, Miguel Maduro, Henrique Antunes, and Tito Rendas, dear colleagues, and above all, dear students. First, on behalf of the law school, let me thank your presence, or more exactly your connection, in this simple but meaningful ceremony. No one regrets more than us, let's say, the strange way in which we are celebrating your graduation this year. We did our best, not only during classes, but also to give you the ceremony you deserve. But university doesn't make the rules, and we must comply with them, even when we don't agree and they seem implausible. Anyway, we are very proud to celebrate the graduation of these three groups of students of the remarkable LL.M programs of Católica Global School of Law: International Business Law, Law in an European and Global Context, and Law in a Digital Economy. As I believe you all know, the unique imprint of these courses does not correspond just to our opinion. It is a fact recognized by independent and international assessments. It all started with the Financial Times listing of most innovative LL.M programs, and more recently by the universal ranking of business masters in Europe. We highly value the possibility of offering these programs in Lisbon, but today I would like to underline that these outstanding students overcome, both with teachers and staff, the difficulties of these demanding academic projects in unique circumstances. I believe that its success for all parties involved proved once again that we were right when we selected this particular group of students among the many candidates who applied. It has been a privilege to have you all at Católica Global School of Law, a project that we started 12 years ago in our path to cutting-edge legal education and research. I'm sure you accomplished many things together in this very difficult year, but it's time for you to move on, to move forward, and widen even more your horizons. For us, transform the way legal education has been done for decades was and still is of great importance, but at the same time, is somehow self-centered. And we need more and more to look outside academia, outside the triangle of students, professors, and researchers, and to focus in our role in society and invest there the best of our knowledge and the best of our skills. We need to create value with our values, to create value to our society with the fundamental values that we cultivate here every day: dignity, justice, and truth. Dignity implies recognizing human vulnerability. Justice has its roots deep inside the sovereign virtue of equality. Truth means hard work and the prevalence of facts and reason over emotion and biases. If you don't take these values seriously, we will not be able to provide future generations with a sustainable environment, a responsible business model, and a robust technology regulation. In his famous speech, Martin Luther King said, "The arc of the moral universe is long, but it bends toward justice." Perhaps so, but unfortunately, this is not what we see in recent times around the world. Maybe the arc is too long and some patience is needed. But as you know, in the long run, we are all dead. That's why the idea of teaching law with a special purpose has a sense of urgency. If we want to continue living in a decent society in the years to come, and to secure the future of generations will have that future generations will have the same opportunity, we need to start reshaping legal, political, and economic systems right now. Humankind is feeling trapped in the present. The trap is even greater for democracies, with a massive number of citizens abandoning their support base. Some of those citizens want desperately to go back, making something great again, or taking back some kind of control. That's what Zygmunt Bauman called in 2017 the epidemic of retrotopia. Some other citizens want to find a shortcut to the future, despite facing there a variety of data-driven or even biotechnological dystopias. The truth is that there's no easy way out of the risk society in which we are immersed. Before finishing, let me thank deeply the strategic partners of Global School of Law for making this idea possible. As Gonçalo already said, VDA Academia, PLMJ, Moraes Leitão, Quatro Casas, and Abreu Advogados. Let me also thank the program directors, the professors, the students for being hardworking and dedicated, and our staff who is able to professionally smooth the daily work at the school. I wish you all the best for your professional lives, and I look forward to seeing you at Católica. Congratulations to all. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Professor Jorge Pereira da Silva. The Rector of Universidade Católica Portuguesa, Professor Isabel Capeloa Gil, has now the floor for the closing speech.
Dear Deans, Dean Jorge Pereira da Silva, Dean Gonçalo Matias, Vice Dean Hermando Rocha, dear coordinators of the programs, dear graduates, dear staff of the Global School of Law. Let me say how delighted I am to be with you today, albeit remotely. And let us recall, as Professor Jorge Pereira da Silva mentioned, that there is no way out of the risk society. If there is something we are aware of when we speak of our global condition, is that the unprecedented times that we have lived over the course of the past year have shown that together we will survive, together we will die, or let's say be defeated, which is not our purpose here, of course. So the embedding of our condition is certainly something that we have been truly aware of. If we didn't experience it already over the course of the past year. It has almost become a cliche to say that these are unprecedented times, that the most certain thing of our times is uncertainty. Let us say that those are not words without a deep sense. They're not cliches. What has truly impacted us over the past year is that we know we live in a time of transition, where only those who adapt to changing conditions and adapt to a new purpose, those that are able to reskill their professional options will have a future. And this is certainly something that the Global School of Law has been very skillful in doing over the past 12 years, providing law with a purpose, tapping into the cutting edge issues that drive the transformation of law in a global world. I want to congratulate the faculty, the deans, and the staff for the work that they have been doing continuously in support of a vision that is certainly a successful vision, and a vision that Universidade Católica Portuguesa is very proud of. But most of all, I want to congratulate you all for having graduated with honors in these programs. The university is very proud of you. It's very proud of your graduates. Universities exist because there are students with capabilities that are empowered through the knowledge that we provide in our degrees. We exist in your professional life. We are not institutions that engage in a sort of navel gazing. We are institutions that will continue to thrive as long as our graduates are successful. And this is something that is of the essence in the vision that Católica has been developing over the course of the past years. So congratulations to you all on this achievement. This is a memorable moment. I wish we could have done it in presence. The health conditions in Europe, unfortunately, and certainly in Portugal, do not allow us to do so. But this doesn't mean that the university and the school are not close to you in this moment. You are certainly today proud of your achievements. You all know that you have worked very hard to get to this moment. And you are always also aware that the LL.M that you have just finished is an incredible platform from which to grow, and that the learnings you have achieved in this program will be invaluable in your future career. You have proven your will to improve and your commitment to excellence and leadership. And there is no better way to start and develop your career in law than with the skills that you have learned in this program. Career progression is now simply a question of skills and timing, and of adapting to the new conditions. With your degree, you have done very well with the skills part of the equation. And now you need to be ready to read into new opportunities, seize them and embrace them with passion. It is a privilege for Católica to host the programs that have been developed by the Global School of Law. And I am sure that the school will continue to innovate and excel in our increasingly competitive higher education marketing. Congratulations to all the graduates. I hope you will make the most of the education you have received here and the experience you have made, that you'll continue to bond with the friends and the colleagues that you have met in this program. I dare you to work responsibly, to make the world a better place to live in. And I couldn't be more privileged than to spend my birthday with you. Thank you very much, and all the best for your future.
Thank you very much, Madam Rector. Very happy birthday. Thank you very much to you all for joining us today. We do look forward to seeing you at Católica Global School of Law again very soon. The session is now officially closed.